Florida voters could get a chance to decide whether to ban reparations for descendants of slaves next year under a joint resolution filed in the Florida Senate.
New at 6, Action News Jack's Jake Stofan reports the bill was filed despite the fact that there's been no serious attempt to pass reparations in the state.
Well, the joint resolution would prohibit the state or any local government here in Florida from paying reparations to the descendants of slaves. The Republican sponsor argues it's a way to prevent the idea from gaining traction here in the Sunshine State, but Florida Democrats argue it's just red meat for the GOP base. A joint resolution filed by State Senator Blaise Ingoglia would prohibit the state and local governments from paying reparations to the descendants of people who were enslaved prior to the ratification of the 13th Amendment. Ingoglia argues it's meant to prevent slavery reparations from gaining traction in the Sunshine State.
Slavery reparations aren't the answer. It's investing in Black and brown communities on things like education and infrastructure and opportunities. And that's what I think we should be talking about.
Jacksonville State Representative Angie Nixon, on the other hand, points out there have been no serious efforts or even any bills filed seeking to implement slavery reparations in Florida.
It's simply a bill to rile up the base so that they can raise money and they can distract from their failing leadership in Tallahassee.
Ingoglia countered there have been bills filed at the national level and in other states like California pushing for reparations. By putting a ban in the state constitution, he argues it would stifle any future efforts to do the same here in Florida.
Bad ideas that are proposed in other states seem to work its way into other states, such as Florida. This is a proactive way of making sure that we take the prospect of slavery reparations off the table.
But Nixon argues Republicans' time would be better spent focusing on issues currently impacting Floridians' pocketbooks and quality of life.
This property insurance crisis, this auto insurance crisis, the fact that our schools are hemorrhaging teachers, and the fact that people can no longer afford Florida.
Now, if the joint resolution is passed by supermajorities in both the Florida House and Senate, 60% of Floridians would still have to vote yes for the ban on reparations to make it into the state constitution. For local coverage you can count on downtown, I'm Jake Stofan, Action News Jax.